Hey guys, this is a quick look at the fuel economy calculator on strikeengine.com. So basically you can use it in the US, in the UK and in Europe or the rest of the world. I'll just explain the differences between them. The US one is fully imperial, so you put the distance traveled in miles, the cost of fill up in dollars, the price per gallon in dollars. This will give you the gallons purchased and the miles per gallon. UK a bit different. We measure distance in imperial, so you put the distance in between the fill-ups in miles. Your cost of the fill-up is in pounds, price per litre in pence, and this will give you the gallons purchased and the miles per gallon. The EU one, or I suppose the rest of the world, it's fully metric, so you put in the distance between the fill-ups in kilometres, the cost of the fill-up in euros or your currency, the price per litre in euros or your currency. This will give you the total litres you purchased and your consumption in litres per 100 kilometers. So why would you use this? Many different reasons. Maybe you want to check that your onboard computer is accurate. A few reasons why they might not be accurate: sensors, maybe the engine's tuned, or a little bit of a conspiracy theory there. Why do we make the fuel economy calculator? Basically, I wanted something that was easy to use, and I couldn't find something where you put in those three figures, which is basically how I measure fuel economy normally. I couldn't find something where I could just bolt in those numbers and get a figure. I don't want to have to be going to a calculator every time I want to calculate fuel economy, so that's the reason I made it. And then other uses for this fuel economy calculator: measuring fuel pump accuracy. I try to fill up in the same two or three, basically the same two fuel stations. But back in the day, I was using, whatever was closest. So I had an idea that maybe some of these fuel stations, few of these petrol stations were not giving me the right amount of fuel. Like some of them were better than others. So I used this calculator just to see if there was a big difference between the amount of fuel I was getting between the petrol stations. Another reason I used it was for high octane fuels. So if you know that 100 RON fuel, high octane fuel, is going to be more expensive than your 95 fuel. So on the face of it, you say, well, a high octane fuel is more expensive to use, but is it really? Maybe you can get more range with a high octane fuel. So you can use that calculator to work out if using high octane fuel in your car is actually more expensive than using 95 octane. I personally had interesting results with that. And also, I just put a thing here, share your fuel economy figures. So I thought it'd be interesting to see what the difference is between different ages of cars, cars with different engine sizes. I suppose the most interesting thing is to see if the newer cars are, like a step above in the fuel economy. The marketing hype and the figures that they quote is, something fantastic. But is a 1.6 engine, for example, from 2001 really that much worse than a 1.6 engine in 2016? If you can leave a comment below with your car details, it'd be interesting to see, if that bears out in reality. So guys, that's the video. Very quick one about this page. You can find this. There's a link to this page in the video description. Have a read through it. Feel free to use it, obviously, and if you can, leave a comment at the bottom of the page there with your car details, and maybe, like I said, hopefully it's interesting to see the difference between cars. Our new cars are actually that much better than the older ones. As always, if you're a subscriber already, thank you for being a subscriber. Really appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. Look after yourself, and I'll see you again next time.